My idol was football. My idol was success on the field. I just felt like I kind of had my priorities mixed up.
In college football's toughest conference, the SEC, winning is priority number one. And the recipe for success usually starts with a great quarterback. By his senior year of high school, Brock Vandagriff led his team to the Georgia State Championship. He was ranked as one of the top high school quarterbacks in the country and committed to play for the powerhouse Georgia Bulldogs.
I hate the word like cocky and arrogant, but like I kind of was in high school, and just like there was a lot of success, obviously on the field, off the field, whatever.
Brock grew up in a Christian home. However, on his own for the first time, his faith was tested.
In college, like you're getting up on Sundays, you're like, man, like I don't have to go to church if I don't want to.
Brock was the backup quarterback on some amazing teams. During his 3 years at Georgia, the Bulldogs won 42 of their 44 games and 2 national championships. Though winning isn't the same when you're on the sideline.
It was just kind of a step back to almost where like I kind of viewed it as almost a test of faith. Like, are you going to run away? Like, are you going to say like, why is this happening to me? Why me? All this? Or are you going to draw closer to Christ?
That's when Brock really began attending church, seeking God, and growing in his faith.
It was kind of looking at it as like, this isn't a chore. Like it began to be something I looked forward to every week, and it is now. And I believe that's how it should be. Like the fellow body of believers is something that I value, but just kind of making sure that I put into it as much as I wanted out of it, because I felt like you're asking God for all these things, but like, are you reading your Bible? Like, are you saying your prayers? Like, are you trying to grow closer to God? And I feel like that was kind of a point where it changed.
And with a growing faith, Brock found another opportunity for change. This one on the field when he decided to transfer.
It wasn't too much off the field stuff as it was like, I'm just ready to play. Kind of the main factor into it, nothing much of, I got to get out of Georgia, all this stuff. But it was more on the field, like, wanting to go be productive somewhere.
Brock graduated in just 3 years from Georgia, giving him 2 years remaining of eligibility and a fresh start here at the University of Kentucky. When you first came here, did it feel like a reset?
It kind of did, because I'm like 6.5 hours away from my parents and family. My sister actually lives 30 minutes down the road, but that was kind of a shock. The furthest I lived from my parents has been 20 minutes, so it kind of was a reset in some way.
Another kind of reset for Brock is spending time in the outdoors, hunting and fishing.
It's some of the best quiet time in the world. Like, you're in God's creation, you're 30 feet up in a tree. There's nothing to worry about. You're hearing the birds chirping, you're watching the sun come up, and it's just really in awe of his greatness. It's like, it's jaw-dropping. If you're religious or not, you're in awe of whoever you think made it, however it happened, of, in our case, God's creation. And just my time in the woods it's almost like a reset. It's almost like church on Sundays. Like, it's just a refresher every week.
Early in the season, Brock led the Wildcats to a huge win on the road at a top 10 ranked Ole Miss.
And it's caught! Brown at the 35. He steps out, comes back across the near side at the 30. What a throw, Vandagriff!
However, for Kentucky, the season overall was a disappointment. They finished 4-8, missing their first bowl game in 8 seasons. Through his ups and downs, Brock has gained a new perspective on and off the field.
But just being able to know that, like, I serve a sovereign God. Like, I talk with the creator of the earth every day. And knowing that obviously I've been gifted with talent to be able to play football, gifted with a platform to spread the good news. And just being able to keep things into perspective. Like, you have 4 to 5 years to play college football. And when we look at our lives, like, that's just a little blip in our life, and we look at our lives as a whole, like, that's just a blip of eternity. I'm going to do everything in my power to carry out my duties, my tasks for the day, and just live in God's will.